obviously, I think the first parties of these companies are crucially important going forward because you're not going to see the third party exclusives the way you used to. And it just makes sense not to do that. We see the latest bit of information coming from Square. You know, they've lost, what, 2 billion market cap due to the fact that, you know, their games have been underperforming, even Final Fantasy 16, which initially people go, oh, well, they sold 3 million copies. They sold 3 million copies or shipped 3 million copies, and then the game fell off the face of the planet. It's like that Twilight Zone episode. You know, who knows where that game is, but it's not even in the top 10 most played games on PlayStation 5. So, you know, it really died relatively quick, and, you know, that's unfortunate because I don't think any of us really want to see a situation where there's like failings all around like this. Obviously, you know, and it makes sense as a third party company. Really, no matter how much a company is, you know, spending to make a game exclusive or what have you, it really doesn't make any sense to go out there and, you know, kind of support that. So I can definitely see why, you know, companies are kind of pulling back on that kind of stuff. And, you know, again, I think we're very close to like a future where we see, you know, less and less of these types of deals going forward. So I think that's going to be one of the things that we see very quickly. And this is a bit sort of information like that because we see Microsoft is kind of making better friends out there, even with Square Enix, and it looks like, at least according to reports, it looks like the new Square Enix Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Part 2, whatever the hell it is coming to Xbox, or potentially coming to Xbox within a 3-month period. Obviously, you know, we didn't get the first one on Xbox, we didn't get 16, but I think Square is probably at this particular point where they need return investment, so you have to be able to have your games, I guess, pay off in such a way so it doesn't look like theirs are doing that. You know, hopefully we do see more of that in the future, though, where games are coming to Xbox, and they did say that they are going to be putting more on Xbox, so that is definitely a good thing as well. So it looks like the exclusivity window ends after 3 months. That's not a guarantee that it'll come to Xbox, though, but, you know, many Xbox gamers are also Windows gamers. So as been the case with the mainline Final Fantasy games in recent years, the upcoming Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be PlayStation exclusive at launch, though its exclusivity window for Sony's console won't last as long as it has done in the past couple of Final Fantasy games. Square Enix unveiled a new trailer for the action RPG at the State of Play presentation, and in the version of the trailer that was uploaded by the official Final Fantasy YouTube channel, a panel confirms towards the end that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's PS5 exclusivity window will end on May 29th, just 3 months after launch. In comparison, the original Final Fantasy VII Remake exclusivity window lasted a year, while its expanded re-release for PS5, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, had a 6-month-long exclusivity window. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy XVI, which launched exclusively for PS5 in June, also has a 6-month-long exclusivity period with PS5. Does it mean that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will launch for other platforms as soon as the PS5 exclusivity window is up? Maybe not, but maybe. For instance, neither Final Fantasy VII Remake nor Integrate have come to Xbox, even though their exclusivity periods with PlayStation are over. That said, it does mean that Rebirth has a good chance of coming to PC at the very least, much closer to its original launch than the predecessor does. Listen, for me, and I'm not a PC guy, I don't like PC gaming, I hate PC gaming, but one thing that I will say is that when you're launching games on console and PC, it behooves you to launch everything at the same time, right? These drawn out launches or whatever do not really work that well. People, you know, don't, and look, Sony is dealing with this themselves, so why would Square agree to this, right? So I get that Sony's are longer kind of period before they come there, but it's like people don't want to wait 2 years to play a game because those games aren't really popular at that point, you know. So we see this happening a lot with the PlayStation exclusives where you know, these games are one thing or the other, and we're starting to see how at the very least they should launch at the same time, and hopefully come to Xbox as well. I personally don't care about Final Fantasy, but, you know, it is one of those games that, you know, a lot of people have grown up with and things like that. So in the wake of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's newest showing, Square Enix also revealed plenty of additional new details, including how much content it'll offer, its new synergy moves, combat mechanic, new and returning summons, how large its world map would be, and more. They also confirmed that Final Fantasy VII Remake surpassed 7 million shipments between worldwide and digital and physical sales across all platforms and things like that. So again, like would you expect there to be a situation where this comes to Xbox that quick? I don't really know if that's going to be a thing. You know, we'll see what happens, but you know, anything's possible at this point. Like I said, I'm not the type of person that is really into the Final Fantasy games. I haven't even ever really beaten a full Final Fantasy game before. I played the 7 remake when it was free on PlayStation Plus, and you know, it was the first part of the planned trilogy of the remake of 7 or whatever, and I had never played 7 before, and I thought it was okay. You know, it wasn't something that I was like all enamored with or anything like that. When I played Final Fantasy 15 at launch on Xbox One, and I just could not get into that, right? It was so different than the types of RPG games that I'm used to, and not only that, just like the characters weren't very interesting, you know, kind of like a boy band or something. I don't know, just it wasn't my type of thing, and yeah, I didn't enjoy that. So like something with Final Fantasy 16 I don't care about, but I do see and think that there's legit Xbox fans that would play these games if they came to Xbox, and they would buy these games, and so there is no reason for them not to come to Xbox. I think the negative stigma that people don't buy games on Xbox is just that. It's nonsense. We see that with Starfield, the #1 paid game on Xbox. The #1 game played on Xbox, despite the fact that there's like free-to-play games that people are obviously can play without having to spend anything. You know, you don't even need a subscription to play Apex or Warzone or Fortnite. So the fact that people are able to kind of play these games really just kind of goes to show sort of where I'm coming from with this. And obviously, you know, Microsoft is going to continue to sort of show these things. So anyway, I love the fact that people are kind of talking about this anyway. What do you think? Do you want to play these games on Xbox? Yes or no? Sound off in the comments below. You know, just one of the things I like to hear. If you're an Xbox fan, let me know. You know, it could be a game that you really want to play. I think it makes less and less sense to put these third-party games as exclusives anywhere, to be quite honest. That's what first party is for, right? You know, Sony's got, what, 18, 20 first-party studios? That's what the first party is for. Xbox, they're about to have, what, 35, 36 studios? That's what first party is for. Exclusives. So, anyway, rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.